Mitochondria is a Greek word comes from mitos meaning thread and chondrion meaning granule. Mitochondria are membrane-bound cell organelles that generate most of the chemical energy that is needed to power the biochemical reactions of cell. A mitochondrion is termed as powerhouse of the cell because it generates most of the cell supply of ATP used as chemical energy source. Mitochondria are present in all areas of each cell's cytoplasm, but the total number per cell varies from less than 100 up to several thousand, depending upon the amount of energy required. They are also variable in size and shape. Some are only a few hundred nanometers in diameter and globular in shape, whereas others are elongated as large as 1 micrometer in diameter and 7 micrometers long. Others are branching and filamentous. Structure of the mitochondria composed mainly of two lipid bilayer protein membranes, an outer and inner membrane. Outer membrane encloses the entire organelle. It is 60 to 75 angstrom thick, has similar protein to phospholipid ratio as in the cell membrane, has large number of integral membrane proteins called porins, also contains enzymes, for example monoamine oxidase, rotenone, insensitive NADH cytochrome C reductase, fatty acid CoA ligase, and etc. Intermembrane space is a space between outer membrane and inner membrane, also known as perimitochondrial space. It contains small molecules such as ions and sugars. Its concentrations is same as in cytosol. However, protein composition of this space is different from protein composition of the cytosol. Inner membrane contains proteins with following functions. Number 1. Those that perform electron transport chain redox reactions. Number 2. ATP synthase, which generates ATP in matrix. Number 3. Transport proteins that regulate metabolite passage into and out of the mitochondrial matrix. Unlike outer membrane, the inner membrane does not contain porins. Matrix. It is space enclosed by the inner membrane. Contains 2/3 of the total proteins in a mitochondrion and contains hundreds of enzymes, special mitochondrial ribosomes, transfer RNA, and several copies of mitochondrial DNA genome. Function. Production of the ATP is the main function of mitochondria. Central set of reactions involved in ATP production are known as citric acid cycle or Krebs cycle. Storage of calcium ion in mitochondria, signaling through mitochondrial reactive oxygen species, regulation of membrane potential, regulation of cellular metabolism. Certain heme synthesis reactions also take place in mitochondria, steroid synthesis and immune signaling. These are also important functions of mitochondria.